Welcome to America's real golden days. Not the TikTok-filtered version, but the era when life crackled through rotary phones, car radios, and shag carpets. I'm taking you back to the 1970s, when gas was cheap, pants were flared, and people actually talked to each other without screens glued to their faces. Before you scroll away, answer this. Do you even know when your parents were born? Ever visited their old neighborhood, that spooky little house where the TV had no remote, the fridge was brown, and every couch had a plastic cover that stuck to your legs? Yeah, that house. Back then, pop culture wasn't just trends, it was a lifestyle. The mall was a social network, plaza shopping was peak excitement, and cars didn't drive themselves, you had to feel the road. Entertainment? Try watching a movie once in the theater, then quoting it for 10 years. And sports? Heroes weren't in video games. They bled on the field and became legends. And amidst the bell-bottoms and lava lamps, real change was brewing. People marched, voices rose, and society shook. This wasn't just a decade, it was America in transition. Rebellious, loud, alive. So buckle up, because in this video, we're rolling through 6 unforgettable slices of 1970s life. Number 6. Cool was the culture. The 1970s was when American pop culture found its wild, confident rhythm and never looked back. Music wasn't just background noise, it was a statement. From the rebellious roar of rock and roll to the glittery pulse of disco, artists like Led Zeppelin, Donna Summer, and Stevie Wonder turned radios into lifelines. Teens gathered around record players, danced in basements, and made mixtapes that felt like personal time capsules. Meanwhile, Saturday Night Live made its debut, offering sharp political satire, while TV shows like The Brady Bunch and MASH painted a portrait of American households with humor, heart, and just enough reality to make you flinch. But pop culture wasn't just on screens, it was on sidewalks. Posters of Farrah Fawcett and Bruce Lee plastered bedroom walls. Blockbuster movies like Jaws and Star Wars didn't just entertain, they became cultural landmarks. Kids reenacted scenes with action figures, while adults debated plot twists over dinner. Whether you were caught up in the glitz of Hollywood, the grit of underground zines, or the groove of a vinyl spinning under a lava lamp, 1970s pop culture wasn't something you just consumed. You lived it. Number 5. Plaza dreams and shopping sprees. Before malls swallowed Main Street and add to cart replaced Saturday strolls, shopping in the 70s was a full-blown experience. You didn't just grab stuff, you made a day of it. Families packed into station wagons, pulling up to Woolworth's, JCPenney, or Sears, with the scent of popcorn and new fabric swirling in the air. Every creaky floorboard had a memory. Every clerk's smile meant something. It wasn't just about what you bought, it was about the life that happened between the aisles. Windows weren't screens, they were displays of dreams. Kids ran wild with a nickel for candy. Teens hovered near the record shelves, and parents swapped local gossip in checkout lines. It was community. It was rhythm. It was a living, breathing ritual, something Gen Z might never experience. But maybe, after watching this, they'll want to. Number 4. Fast lanes and freedom roads. There was a time when freedom wasn't in your phone, it was under your foot. The 1970s were born for the road, with gas prices low, at least until the crisis hit, music loud, and car radios tuned to soul, country, or rock. Every highway promised something: escape. Muscle cars like Camaros and Mustangs ruled the asphalt, while pastel vans carried dreams, surfboards, and sometimes an entire generation's hope for something new. Drive-in theaters lit the night, diners served greasy miracles, and motels lined with neon welcomed families running on fries and freedom. The road was life. It was where teenagers became legends, where families bonded between mile markers. Today's GPS can't map that kind of magic, but we'll take you there. All you need to do is hit play and buckle in. Number 3. Golden Nights of Entertainment. The 1970s was a time when entertainment brought people together like nothing else. Families gathered around the flickering glow of the big, boxy television to watch shows like Happy Days, The Brady Bunch, and The $6 Million Man. Saturday nights meant disco parties, where everyone danced to the infectious beats of Saturday Night Fever and grooved to funk and soul blasting from every corner. Movie theaters were packed with blockbusters like Star Wars and Rocky, films that weren't just stories, they were cultural events, moments shared by millions. Kids escaped into the world of Atari games, where pixelated adventures sparked imaginations long before screens became tiny and silent. Music filled the air everywhere, from record players spinning vinyl to boom boxes booming on street corners. Entertainment wasn't background noise. It was a vibrant, loud, and tactile experience that connected generations. Today's silent, endless scrolling can never replace the pure joy and energy of those golden entertainment days. Number 2. Game days and glory stories. In the 1970s, America cheered louder, cried harder, and believed in something bigger because our heroes wore jerseys. It was the era of Muhammad Ali, not just floating like a butterfly but standing tall as a cultural force. It was the golden age of the NFL, with Terry Bradshaw slinging touchdowns and the Cowboys becoming America's team. And let's not forget baseball. Reggie Jackson lit up the World Series like fireworks on the 4th of July. These weren't just athletes, they were icons, larger-than-life symbols of grit, flair, and national pride. And it wasn't just the professionals. Pickup games at the park, kids mimicking their idols in the driveway, weekend matches with transistor radios crackling the latest score. Sports were stitched into the fabric of everyday American life. It was a time when legends were made and every kid dreamed of being one. If you want to hear more about the unforgettable sports moments and hometown heroes of the 1970s, let us know in the comments. We might just dedicate a whole episode to it. Want Gen Z to understand passion? Let them hear what it sounded like when the crowd roared for something real. Number 1. Voices that moved mountains. The 1970s weren't just funky tunes and polyester suits. They were a time of transformation. In the shadows of Vietnam and civil rights protests, a new wave of voices demanded to be heard. Women marched for equal rights, environmentalists rallied on the first Earth Day, and LGBTQ+ communities fought for visibility and dignity at Stonewall and beyond. America was changing. Not perfectly, not peacefully, but undeniably. It was a decade when the American dream was questioned, stretched, and redefined. The streets became arenas for debate and unity, for rage and hope. Ordinary people became trailblazers, and the youth didn't just watch history unfold, they wrote it. If you want us to dive deeper into the raw energy and impact of these powerful movements in future episodes, drop a comment. Your voice shapes our next journey. The 1970s weren't just years, they were moments stitched together. In Polaroids, in protest signs, in record grooves and gas station receipts. If you lived it, you know. If you didn't, we hope you felt it here. Because back then, life wasn't filtered or optimized. It was loud, honest, beautifully human. If you're Gen Z watching this, ask your parents what their mixtape sounded like. Ask your grandparents what freedom felt like behind the wheel. Let this be more than nostalgia. Let it be a bridge. And if you want to keep walking through time with us, like, comment, share, and subscribe, because these stories, they don't belong to history books. They belong to us.